Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Arkham Horror the Card Game list video for 5 cool cards for Daisy Walker. So, what is a cool card? A cool card is not necessarily a staple, a card that you're going to put in all your Daisy Walker decks. It's like Deduction is a good card, and it's going to be strong in a lot of yellow decks. But with Daisy...
Research Librarian is a good card for Daisy, but you're not gonna, it's
Exactly.
useless for us to tell you that.
Yeah, so we tried to find 5 cards that fit in Daisy without being obvious for Daisy. So if you're wondering, we also kind of made a little stipulation for ourselves where we're not just going to have 5 tomes. Because tomes are obviously good in Daisy. Like if you see on her card, you can take a free tome action every turn. Us just saying 5 tomes are cool in Daisy is not exactly exciting. So we tried to find 5 cards that were cool, and you might not be thinking about putting them in your Daisy deck, but you probably should, because they're gonna help you on your way. Why don't we dive in and get to our first one, which is Backpack. Why is this one
try to
so
carry a giant pile of books around?
Yeah.
Gonna want a
Yeah.
backpack.
You ever been a student?
or that.
Yeah, this is just like a way, because Research Librarian, as we said, he's great. He finds a book for you. But this is just a way, this one, an upgraded backpack, to just have more of your books on standby if you ever need them without,
Yeah. Yeah, it can also find cards like Emergency Cash to help you have money to pay for your books.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool.
Or other items you have to be playing in your deck, like magnifying glasses and other such things.
Yeah.
Hawkeye folding cameras.
Backpack is super good with magnifying glass.
Yeah.
But I think just, we couldn't look past the flavor. You need to... She has a book bag, but she probably also has a backpack, right? She's got a lot of books. Is your book bag's an item too, right?
Yeah, the book bag's an item too.
Whoa, she gets
can
on
put
the
your
scene.
bag inside the bag.
Yeah, she just pulls the bag out of the bag. That would be nuts.
Bagception.
You can put backpacks inside the backpack.
You can put backpacks inside the backpack, but that backpack also has more stuff in it.
Yeah, you don't know what's in it yet, but it's got more stuff in it.
Oh, all right. We need to do a challenge run of just a standalone where we see how loaded we can fill a backpack.
The answer is 3.
Yeah, the
answer is
backpack
3.
challenge, where all of us try to load a backpack with the strangest things. Oh baby.
All right.
Yeah.
All right,
Next
I'm
card.
game.
Let's focus back in on Daisy. Next card is Enraptured. Oh, sorry. 1 second. One thing I'm trying to do is, I should read the cards for this series, because this is for intermediate and new players, not people like us who know these cards or pretend we know these cards. But Backpack
Until you play it.
Yeah. Backpack is a 2-cost asset that commits for a foot and takes up your body slot. It's from the Forgotten Age, for the people who are wondering the cycle in which it's from. After it enters play, search the top 6 cards of your deck for 3 non-weakness item or supply cards and attach them face down to Backpack. Shuffle your deck. Cards attached to Backpack may be played as if they were in your hand, and if there are no cards attached to Backpack, discard it.
It's really unfortunate that you can't just put the Necronomicon John Dee translation into your backpack and just forget about it.
Yeah.
Exactly why you can't, Bryn.
It's exactly why you can't, but it's too bad.
Yeah.
Someone did that in play testing, and they were like, no.
Yeah, just no.
Never again.
We got Enraptured next. This is a mystic skill that commits for a book. It's practice, and it is also from the Forgotten Age cycle. If this skill test is successful during an investigation, place 1 charge or secret on an asset you control. Why is this card cool in Daisy?
Well, most of
lots of tomes use secrets.
Yeah.
Books use secrets.
Also,
And
this
then
card
put
is
more
practice,
secrets on
because
it.
why wouldn't it be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it works well with
baby.
practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, as they said, that once you get to some of the other tomes, they use secrets, and this allows you to replenish those secrets and get juicy, more good uses out of them. That's awesome.
Yeah, typically the thing that makes this card bad is that you have to succeed on an investigation check that uses book with purple cards. But Daisy doesn't have to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, she does. She's just good
Oh,
at it.
yeah, okay, sure. She does use purple cards and have to succeed on an investigation check, but she also has 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
just gets to do it good.
Yeah, Enraptured at our table like hasn't seen too much play, and it's because like it's the off-color mystic card. Like it's meant for seeker mystics more often than not, right? Like
I play it in
Yeah.
Luke every
Yeah,
time.
or Luke
oh
Robinson.
yeah, or Luke Robinson.
Yeah.
I've been playing
It's
it in my
so good.
my Mandy deck for our Return to Forgotten Age, and it's really strong. But that's also probably because of practice makes perfect as well.
Yeah.
But
No, I like
Enraptured
cards like
is
this that are like one color, but they're clearly designed to like. It's a purple card, but it's not for purple investigators.
yeah, and I think it would be really you would get a lot of success out of using it in Daisy Walker. And if you haven't considered it, consider it. That is a PBG guarantee. Let's go to the next card. This is Astounding Revelation, or as we call it in short form, Shocked Rabbi. It's a research yellow event. Commits for a book, and it is from the Dream Eaters cycle. It is Myriad, which means you get 3 for the price of 1. An Astounding Revelation cannot be played. Wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. However, as a reaction, when you search your deck, an Astounding Revelation is among the search cards, discard it. Either gain 2 resources, so it can be an economy, or place 1 secret on an asset you control, max 1 research ability per search. So copy what we said about Enraptured over here, where more secrets on your books is a good thing. What this card also does is you're going to be searching your deck more than you think in Daisy Walker, because you're probably playing Old Book of Lore, because it's a very strong tome, especially to just find a card for free once a turn. And then you also have on this list, or things we said previously, we had research. Oh my god, I accidentally punched the space bar of my keyboard.
Yeah, you can also find it with the backpack.
Yes, you can find it with the backpack because you're searching cards there. And also Research Librarian, right off the bat. You could just play Research Librarian, and I think he costs 2, so he's essentially free if you need to play more stuff out of your hand, which you probably will because you're grabbing a book.
Yeah, it's really nice for some of the higher end books, like Optic manuscripts, where you have 5 resources, and then you play a Research Librarian for 2, and you get 2 back, and then you use your 5 resources to play an Optic manuscript, and then you do something.
Yeah, and then you use it uses secrets, right?
Yeah.
And then you
most
fill
of
it
the
up.
tomes that have gated uses use secrets.
Yeah, and then you fill it up later by finding more Shocked Rabbis in your deck. Card's fun, and I think you'd have a great time with it in your Daisy Walker deck. Let's go on to this one, which was Travis's suggestion, which I think is pretty sweet, and his reasoning for it made a lot of sense. This is Occult Invocation. It's a 2-cost Seeker spell event. Commits for a fist and a book. It is from the Harvey Walters starter deck. You can tell because he's on the art. As an additional cost to play Occult Invocation, discard up to 2 cards from your hand. Fight. This attack uses book instead of fist. You get +1 book and deal +1 damage for this attack for each card discarded as part of the card's cost. Travis, I'll pass this over to you.
Yeah, so the reason, I mean, Seeker has a handful of cards that allow him to deal with enemies. You've got Fight or Flight, you've got I've Got a Plan, you've got Strange Solution, Pendant to the Queen, technically. The stupid necklace thing that comes in the core set that defeats enemies. I forget what it's called off the top of my head, but the reason that I think this one is the best for Daisy is because you end up drawing quite a few cards with her. Between Old Book of Lore, activations mostly. It's just yellow has a lot of card draw, so it's a resource that's easy to get a lot of. And because tomes are so expensive resource-wise, and you don't always have the hand slots for them, quite often they just kind of rot in your hand, whereas this gives you a use for them, a quote-unquote free use for them, because if you're not going to play them, and if they only commit for like 1 symbol or whatever, like you're probably better off just getting extra damage and the symbol out of them to kill an enemy.
Yeah.
That's it.
And like Daisy as well, like just especially, I mean, the way I play her, I always use Old Book of Lore. I love that freaking tome. And it's going to load your hand up with stuff, like even just without even having your expensive tomes. You're like, and you'll get the pure power from Occult Invocation when you use it. Try it out. Let's go to our last one. We decided 1 tome on the list, and there was 1 tome that we think is cool enough especially when you look at Occult Invocation here, because it works with this next one. We got Divermis Mysterious. This is a 2-cost, 2 experience, item tome, mystic asset that takes up a hand slot. It commits for a book. It's from the Circle Undone. As an action, you can exhaust Divermis Mysterious and place 1 Doom on it. Play a spell or insight event from your discard pile, reducing its resource cost by 1. After that event resolves, remove it from the game. So, this one...
It's like one you have to build around a little bit to make it work, but getting to play... So this turns like Daisy's free action into playing a spell or an insight for free. Which just offers you... It's just more options, more things you can do with it. We're not going to go through a list of them, but there's lots of related spells and insights that you should probably be considering playing in Daisy.
Yeah, the majority of purple and yellow events actually.
Yeah.
Are
like almost all of them.
Yeah, pretty near all of them are a spell or an insight, or sometimes both.
Yeah, and because you're playing so many tomes, if this gets too much Doom on it, it's not hard to just play another tome and dump it from play.
Yep.
You have like a built-in way to deal with the drawback. And I mean, Daisy can even just play Moonlight Ritual if that's something you want. Moonlight Ritual is also an insight and a spell, I think.
It might in fact be both.
It's at least one of them.
Yeah, no.
So it's just a nice build around for her, like something different to try.
Yeah, exactly. Like none of us have played with Divermis Mysterious, I don't think, and none of us have tried Daisy with it. But yeah, there's a lot of cool and powerful spells you can just double up on with this. And as Travis said, getting rid of the Doom with Moonlight Ritual, but also just more tomes is very doable. And you can also watch your fellow players get stressed out as you're just like, you know what? I have a free action. Might as well put a Doom into play.
Especially if they're newer to the game, they don't fully understand the benefits.
Yeah.
Or the ways you have to deal with it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good.
It's good, yeah. Actually, honestly, especially like Divermis Mysterious, and like you have Divermis Mysterious in one hand, Old Book of Lore in the other, to find the cards that can remove the Doom, like find your Moonlit Rituals really easily, or like even like...
Oh yeah, and pop a Farsight down into like your Arcane slot. Use that to play your events, then Divermis Mysterious to play them again.
Oh, then you can just investigate with everything else that you're doing, just like grab shit.
You just play your extensive research for like 2 resources where you get 2 clues and then do it again, and you still haven't spent any real actions this turn.
Oh, that's spicy. I love it.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
That sounds cool. I mean, I think we hit this. This is not hashtag not clickbait. This is legit cool cards for Daisy Walker. I think we nailed it. Next week, oh no, it's cool cards for Skids O'Toole. Oh, maybe not next week, but the next video in this is cool cards for Skids O'Toole. Bryn? I mean, in all fairness, green cards are probably the ones that I would call the most cool in what they can do. So
they do feel pretty neat when they work.
Yeah, when they work. And we live in Magic Christmas land in our heads, so we assume it works. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you guys next week. If there's any other cards that you think are cool with Daisy Walker that aren't Research Librarian or Abigail Foreman, let us know in the comments below. And we love reading them. We love seeing them. So thanks for watching. Have a good one. And as always, GG's.